Alright, so it's recording. I'm gonna hit play now.
So your teammate's calling no Rhine, no May. So you're like, okay, well, that's awesome, right? Now look at your team. So right here, Reinhardt's going in. You guys are back here. Diva's by herself. Zarya's on the other side. You have no idea where their healers is. I don't know where the fuck Winston is. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, hold on. I know that he dies here in a second, but let's see this. So Winston's on the bridge, actually. I'm sorry, that's just funny. Okay, Winston died right there.
Terminator.
Now, Reinhardt goes left. Winston switches to Roadhog, which is really good. Now, this is a good adaptation because, as you will see later, Diva has nothing to stand behind. So just hooking her, getting her out of mech, it's a free kill. Now, go ahead and play this out.
I'm gonna pause out there because I know that I told her motions that I would point that out. So you heard what he said, right?
About the monkey, yeah.
You remember when we were in Numbani defense, right? And they had which tanks? Do you remember?
We had Winston, Diva.
Okay, so Diva has nothing to stand behind. You hook her, she's out of that mech, just like you said. And then the next hook will probably be on a support because Winston's probably not going to be on him. And then it's a snowball effect from there.
Okay.
So
Weren't they wanting to make it so Diva's right click still like or a deleted hook?
no, not hook, but there's no distance. It doesn't have to travel a certain distance for our defensive matrix to block it now.
I remember talking about that before.
It blocks point blank now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said it far away.
And so this again comes back to the point of communication. So like emotions, when you land that hook, as soon as you've got it, it needs to be, I've hooked Diva, and then we all just blast her before she gets the chance to defensive matrix.
Yeah.
He hooked the Reinhardt twice, probably a little bit more later on. I'm not sure though, but I remember it twice, and that kind of got us to push, and then everyone else just like split up.
Probably would have been even better. I mean, I don't know if you called it or were loud enough when you did, but then again,
I probably wasn't loud enough. I think that's.
I also chalked that up to the fact that our other DPS probably wouldn't have done anything anyway. So.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Narp did a really good job at responding to my when I did hook.
You're saying at what point when you hooked?
In general, like when I'd hook like the Lucio that was next to us or the Reinhardt after his shield went down.
Yeah, if I see a hook go out and it's near me and I don't see any kind of chance of me or our team that's going to get hurt by, like, let's say maybe Reinhardt might ult or something like that, I immediately swing my hammer at the hook when it comes in, so that in case your left click doesn't kill him right away, at least it will, because my hammer does at least 80 damage. So all you gotta do is left click them when they die. I always do that in most situations, as long as it's not gonna hurt my team.
On Dorado defense, you secured a Lucio kill.
Yeah.
For me, I know that much.
Yeah, I do that a lot, and I'm glad you took notice to that because I do it all the time, and nobody says anything about it. I'm like, no, I wonder if other Reinhardts do this. You know?
And then if we also think about it, like if you're calling it out, and Narp knows that he can't drop his shield to swing, then
else can
the other two DPS can take care of it.
I usually always focus like if someone's hooked, but if I count and I don't hit them, like if I see someone else.
I'll be playing closer to Narp because I've been watching a lot of footage lately, and so even I'll be able to shoot them.
The Genji actually outplayed me a lot with my hooks whenever I tried.
Wait, did you say that you were gonna shoot them, Arrow?
I'll be closer to you. I'll be behind the tanks now, rather than a mile away.
Here's the thing. Yeah, this is the big thing right here. This is what's gonna like push you into the next tier.
Grenading them.
Yeah.
Already on top of it. Already watched the video.
Good.
You pressed the E key.
Yeah. Because, like, if I got fucking hooked from a Roadhog at GM level, oh my god, the Ana is on top of my face, shoving it down my fucking throat, dude.
I watched an hour-long video on just 2 skills from a pro player, and it's basically all about sleep dart and all about grenades. So like, even let's say for example you do drop your shield, but you don't see that something's coming, like a Reinhardt decides to charge you, and I throw the grenade, I'm gonna sleep dart that motherfucker before he hits you.
I'll be right back in like 5 seconds. I'm being called.
That's fine. I'm recording anyway.
I think one thing also to also build on top of that is when you do come in, we have somebody protecting you from getting hit as well, because what happens is a lot of times the opposing team's Ana will also throw a nade in too to try and help out whoever gets hooked. So let's say Zarya bubbles you as you come in, then it would be better because that Zarya bubble can protect the entire team. And let's say you see that toxic bomb coming in, you could throw your body into it and nobody else gets hit by it then.
Yeah. But it's not for an end as well. It's just basically anyone, actually.
I mean, if he... Well, it's just another important thing for you to call your hook emotions, because I need to get the grenade. I'm sorry. Well, I don't think you missed anything, but... So this is just another reason that's important for you to call the hooks, because when you hook, I need a grenade. And I need a grenade before their Ana grenades, so that they don't have any extra healing done to them.
Yeah, I think Odin wants to be unmuted.
I'll unmute him.
He keeps rejoining them. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the echo.
I don't know what the fuck's going on now. I don't know.
Alright. Yeah. Yeah, because that'll actually help a lot.
Now, which is pretty huge for you. Now, here's where things go. I don't know how to describe this, but things go south here. All right. Junkrat thinks he's the fucking Terminator, and he's like running, like he glued his forward button, and he's just running in. He does kill D.Va out of mech, because Soldier got her out of mech. But your team is right here. Reinhardt's just holding his shield the entire time. So you need to try to be the enabler. Tell your team exactly where to go. So a good example of this would be, hey, everybody, they don't have a Reinhardt. D.Va's by herself on the left. Let's be, well, you don't have a speed, but let's all go left, avoid Zarya, or let's go all right and isolate Zarya and then kill her. You know, these are just general options. Holy shit.
I don't want to pause there just to see what you guys think. What is the better option in those two choices?
Well, here, if he already got her?
What was the question there, Arrow?
So
get Zarya the fuck out of there.
Pretend the Junkrat and the Soldier hadn't killed the D.Va yet, and she's on the left and the Zarya's on the right.
I think that Zarya is more dangerous than the D.Va.
Yeah, so it's basically the question is, do you tell your entire team to go left for the D.Va, or do you isolate the Zarya on the right?
It depends. If the Zarya, it depends on how much charge the Zarya has. If she has a little charge, she can't do shit. And if the team goes on top of her and she bubbles herself, you're gonna give her full charge. So it just depends. You gotta shot call that part out and be like, she doesn't have bubble, so you can kill her within 3 hits. D.Va, you can't. You know, she can matrix like half the bullets you shoot at her. The Zarya can't. She's not bubbled. So that's situational. Does Zarya have bubble?
Which is exactly why you're going to be doing the shot calling. Now, here's another thing for you to think about emotions. So when he mentioned earlier the change from Winston to Roadhog was important.
Mm-hmm.
If the team pushes right, and you know the D.Va's still left, what can you do?
Team pushes right onto the Zarya.
Onto the Zarya, but you're Roadhog. Should you go right or should you go left and grab the D.Va?
And I know 2 of them are on her already.
No, nobody's on her. We're pretending like they're not up there yet.
I'd go for the D.Va. No.
Well, that's what I'm asking. I'm asking you, and then everybody else can chime in. But what would you do?
Okay, so if there's nobody over there, I'd probably just follow the team towards the right.
What do you guys think?
I think it's probably a DPS that can worry about.
Because if I'm going by myself to the left, that'd just be me overextending. No.
Like, unless you're confident, because you don't know what is behind the payload and over there with her.
Yeah, because
you could go get a pick and it could be great. but you could get fucked also.
Yeah, because if I'm by the shield, I see nobody. And those two aren't over there. I don't know who's with or without the diva.
Okay, so
Other than whoever's-
here's how I see it. So you could go left to grab the diva, but like what Dro said, you don't know who's behind the payload, and they likely got what? An Ana. So you're gonna go over there and get slept art. So the better option is to go right, following the Reinhardt.
with the team.
While we're focusing Zarya, you're gonna be able to grab somebody because they're gonna try and heal her.
Yeah, unless you can afford to take a DPS or something with you. You gotta communicate that though.
Well, if Nart makes the call to go right, we're probably all going right. Now, if you think about it in another way, though, if Nart makes the call to go right, they're going to see the team going right, and you may be able to go left and grab somebody because they're going to assume we're all going right. So this is something you also have to think about at the same time. So just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah.
But then, before I got cut off, Nart explained to you how to push your honor to the next level, right?
Yes.
Because that's what I told you yesterday.
I watched it like an hour-long video. We're good to go.
Alright, just making sure, bro. It's like that's what.
We're good to go, boys. We're good to go.
Super Saiyan 2,
Ready to
man.
go.
All right, so I'm gonna start it back up. Oh, and before I start it back up, the Terminator.
The Terminator.
It looks like I drew a
talking
math
about that
line
earlier
on my
too. The fucking Terminator
thing,
here.
but okay, you try you know what I'm trying to
Same
say,
thing,
right?
funniest.
So let's go ahead and play out the VoD. All right, Soldier gets picked right here. Do you see what I mean by having a plan? Because if you all speed boost one side, this shit wouldn't happen. Junkrat's about to die now too. Again, he's full Terminator mode right now, right? So try to make your team like collaborate. You know, just compromise on what side to go on.
Why did that soldier die, Guts?
I can see it by himself.
What was he not behind?
The range
List
shield.
shield.
Okay.
So right here, if you
No,
go right,
why are you
you
asking the
avoid
obvious questions?
That's right over here, fucking Junkrat Terminator. If you go left, then you avoid this right here. Now, you might be thinking, well, okay, what does this mean for me? Why does it matter so much for me to speed boost? What happens if we die? It's not really that big of an issue because they don't have a Reinhardt. So that means they don't have a counter to Earthshatter. Reinhardt and Ana ultis are pretty low econ in the sense that they don't require that much to actually build up. So let's go ahead and play this out.
I'm gonna pause this again because I'm gonna bring this back up later for you, Narp. But what did you just say about our ults?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear him what he just said.
Okay. So he said Ana and Reinhardt are low econ ults because we can get them back rather fast, right?
Right.
Okay. And I'll bring that reasoning for that back up later when he gets to it.
Alright, guys, I have to head out, so I'll see you.
I'm recording for you, and you're good to
They
go.
have Zenyatta too,
Alright,
so
and that's
it's
Hermit.
really,
I did tell
even though you guys don't have a
this
Lucio and the
Ana
other
that I
team
was
doesn't have a Lucio,
watching
it's still very
plays like
possible.
you, but doesn't aim as best as you.
But this one?
Yeah, she plays too far back. That's what you do.
Yeah, I know.
But you actually hit your shit though, so it's different. But you said you're recording for me?
Yeah, I'm already recording, so you're gonna be on your own recording. But yeah, have a good day at work. See ya.
Wait a minute.
Now you notice that they have Zenyatta too, so it's really, even though you guys don't have a Lucio and the other team doesn't have a Lucio, it's still very possible to go ahead and pick off random stragglers. Now here's that Roadhog change that I was talking about. This is actually huge for you guys, like insanely huge, because it actually ends up winning you guys the point. Because again, they don't have a shield to stand behind, so it's basically free hooks. You get free reign over everything here.
Yeah, no, you guys can have me pausing it all the time.
That's fine.
Did you hear? And this is what I'm always saying when I say one pick on our team or one pick on the enemy team will win the game. So it is so super important to counter.
Alright, so what you're saying is next time.
Okay, here Yeah, it's pretty unlucky.
No way she could have saved the
Yeah, you guys had to back up there. It's very simple.
I don't
You
think
guys
that
didn't
guy's
kill
used one
anybody,
sleep
so
dart.
everybody just ends up dying, and
He
this is
doesn't
the
use his
trickle
nano
effect,
boost either.
obviously. The best way to do this
He uses it
is
once.
just waiting at
I'll go over that reasoning from behind that later. But
D6 and stabilize, and basically you don't feed any ult charge off of this. It's a lot easier just to do this and wait at spawn. So you should be calling back and telling your team to do this, because Junkrat could have died there and it would have wasted another.
obviously he's just telling him to regroup. But
It's really important.
but the big thing he said important there was not to feed ult charge, which we all know that other guy did last night.
Yeah, even after I told him to.
Alright. Right here, we should just be calling for Roadhog to try to get a hook on D.Va, because she's way out of position. They do have a Zarya shield for her, but again, Zarya's on the other side, so she wouldn't really have LOS. Right here, we do hook D.Va, which again ends up winning you guys the point.
Good job, she's low.
Now, do you see the split that there is going on here? Like, there's 3 of you over here, 3 of you on the other side. It's just a mess right now. This all could have been avoided. You guys could have basically saved 2 minutes just by having a plan. Like, it's really, really simple. Alright, let's go ahead and play this out. You guys end up getting the point. I'm gonna go ahead and skip through it.
Is this a real scrim or is this like a
No,
competitive match?
This is a comp match.
They're throwing
Okay.
ultis here.
You can tell because
And
the
now
bottom
let's
left
get
has
into
the
the
ring.
important stuff. So after this first point, it's really important to keep track of ultis here. In the comms, nobody at all is talking about any ultimate usage, like how to combo ultis.
I don't think we have many problems with that. I do think we can improve on that because we usually are pretty communicative about our ultimates.
Probably just have to be more clear, honestly.
Yeah.
And like one thing, and this can be your decision on who and whether or not you want to do this. Obviously, you'll be doing the shot calling, so you'll be the plan maker guy. But if you still want, I think that Odin is pretty capable of tracking our ults, and I already know that you are very good at tracking the enemy's ults. So if you want Odin to call what ults we're going to use next fight, that would be fine, because you're tracking theirs. It's hard to track both. I know he's doing his homework, so I don't know if he even heard me.
So you're recording. His name is.
I'll watch the video of anything.
Yeah. All right.
Just time snippet for him probably.
Well, I'm
Much easier.
recording. Where he can go back to it. Here we go.
Saving ultis, building ultis, and feeding ultis. Now, in this gameplay VoD, you'll notice that you actually only use nano boost once on attack, and in reality, it's not just a ult that's used just to combo.
What did you just say?
It's not just an ult used to combo.
Okay, and he's gonna tell you why.
It's not used for the perfect situation.
We've already watched
It's actually
this.
used to feed other ultis. What I mean by that is giving it to a Zarya, giving it to a Reinhardt so he builds Earth Shatter faster, giving it to Soldier. Just using it in general and trying to build other ultis off of it.
Narped.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Did you hear what he just said?
Yeah, just throwing out the Ana ult so that people can charge their ults faster.
Okay, so when I nano boost you and you're confused as to why.
Well, there's certain times where like you ult me, but like 5 of them are dead, and I'm like, and like they're just so far away from me that I can't keep or catch up.
So I have an example. So we were pushing left side. Payload is about at the bank on Dorado. We were on our attack, and I ulted you, and you were super confused why. Part of that was I was wanting you to build ult, so I wanted to make sure you had Earth Shatter.
But his Earth Shatter is pretty easy to get. I think it might be better.
Oh, I get it within a minute.
Yeah, you can use just down.
Yeah, and so that maybe I shouldn't use it on you, and
Yeah,
a lot
you have to
of
use it on me.
a lot of the in the video I watched earlier, like that was one of the things. So it's like you should almost never nano boost your Reinhardt because he doesn't really need it unless you absolutely have to.
Unless it's Zarya ults.
We use what ulti? The Zarya ulti is?
Well, if they're all into Graviton, he can just swing, fucking charge his ass.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like in that situation, like the reason. So you mentioned that they're not using sleep dart and grenade a lot, right? It's because sleep dart and grenade should not be thrown out randomly, ever. It should be used for perfect timing.
No, I know. It's just he's not using any. Like.
Well, I mean, you heard Curry call him out for not using his nano boost at all. So like, yeah.
How many times have you used sleep data by now, Earl? If actually, no, it's a stupid question.
If he had used it already, he would have probably been at 50% again already.
Yeah, he's had it a while.
Right here in pro play, it's very common that 3 people can go right into castle, just to get a general idea of any stragglers on high ground. And it's also a good idea to always hit tab right after you take the point, just to see if there are any changes. Here they changed to Genji, so just knowing that and maybe switching one of your heroes, because I do think Roadhog ends up switching to Winston later on. However, Roadhog can be a counter to Genji. Winston obviously is one as well, but obviously there's a lot more skill with Roadhog, only because you do have to land that hook. Alright, here you guys have Earth Shatter. You end up getting wiped.
Did you see that random useless sleep dart?
She just like tossed on.
Yep, never do that.
Right here. And they do actually have trance as well. So they built up trance again in that short period of time. But you guys have to make the proactive play here. So telling your Reinhardt, they don't have a Reinhardt. They have Zen ulti. They have Graviton. We need to be the ones to engage. So just Earth shattering them right here, just the 2 of them, or just even one of them, can be huge, because you're going to trade ultis here. They have no counter to Earth Shatter.
Can you pause it?
It's
Yep.
So a lot of times you'll see me Earth Shatter just as Zenyatta, or even just a Mercy by themselves. That's like game changing if I do that, because they don't have a Transcendence, so that if anybody does any kind of ult in encounter, like they have nothing to counter it with. So a lot of times if I see a support out of the range of a Reinhardt shield, I'm throwing my ult down and I'm just charging them right away. It doesn't even matter if I die with them.
And if you hit 2 supports, you can probably Firestruck one and charge the other, and they're both dead. You probably don't even need us. The thing is, we need to back you up when that happens, because if you got just their supports, we need to make sure that the other teammates, the 2 DPS and the 2 tanks, don't fuck you in the middle of it.
Right. And a lot of times what happens is it is literally with just like 0.2 seconds of a window that I get to do that sometimes. So I won't have a chance to call it. But I will try to make it more aware that I have my ult, and if I see an opportunity, just an FYI guys, I'm going to use it, and it's going to be within like a very timed, precise moment of when I do use it, so that I can get their supports.
Well, another thing about that,
knows you have it. That's fine.
Yeah, another thing about that, since you play an aggressive Ryan, we should always know anytime you have ulti that you're going to pop that shit at one point, just to follow up when you do it.
Yep. And a lot of us are just gonna have to adapt our playstyle to Nart playing aggressively.
Also,
and
like he, sorry to cut you off, but like he mentions in the video a little bit later, like we can also just play off the sound cue.
yeah, and you notice he said something here, and it's something that I've been thinking about for a long time. But he's finally given me like a video of where it's used. So when Narp does that they're on attack, right? So you're proactively creating a window for you to be able to push the payload. Now, when you flip that around, and let's say we're on defense, and this is just something that I'm picking at you, Narp, and you may have a reason that you do it. I don't know, because I don't play Ryan. I'm not god awful at him, but it seems like we need to be using our ultimates reactively to prevent their push. So
if you can do that like on the spot without shot calls, you guys are legit like GM top 500 automatically. Nobody should have to shot call. Like if there's a Zarya bubble, you should not have to shot call, hey Zen, fucking transcend, dude, transcend, because No, that's not a shot call.
I don't think that. I mean, I don't think Odin's. I mean, if we're all sucked into grab, I'm pretty sure he's gonna pop trance. But some of the things I'm thinking about is if you have Earth Shatter and they have Earth Shatter, using yours is good, obviously. And you did. Yeah, well, so here's the thing, and I saw this on Dorado. Narp Earth Shattered, and he got a lot of them, including their Reinhardt. But their Reinhardt had Earth Shatter too. So what happened is, and this may have been the fact that we had a shitty other DPS player trial, but we need, and I know that when he did it, I grenaded him. But he still got back up, and then Earth Shattered back towards us. So I don't necessarily think that Narp should hold his Earth Shatter, but we need to make sure that in that situation, if that Reinhardt cannot get up and shoot his Earth Shatter right back. So he's got to die. Or...
Yeah. Well, he's definitely a good target to focus.
That's
when
when
Ryan has it there, Ryan most likely has it.
Yeah.
That's when we were by bank, right? Is that what
yeah, right, by bank.
Yeah, I actually
it was right underneath the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I messed that up because I had a pretty bad time Roadhog ult. So I think that's where I messed that up.
Well, no,
But
I know.
my ult
exactly.
also wasn't hitting.
Yeah, Guts. One thing, I watched your video that you posted last night in the chat. Here's the biggest thing for you to do is work on your positioning. If I were you, I would play like a McCree if you're playing soldier. What I would do is I would run around the back and just kind of hide a little bit. Don't throw off so much DPS yet. And when you do see an ult, that's when you should be like, queue it up, fucking hit them on the ground, because what happened was I earth shattered them, but they were down behind the payload, so the payload was like protecting their bodies, and so you couldn't really do much damage. So maybe if you went around back and just were hitting them, that would make them have to be like, yo, someone get that fucking soldier behind us. That peels off a couple people and allows us to work on the front a little bit. At the same time, if I earth shatter and I hit them, you can ult as well and just hit them while they're on the ground. So it's like a 2-2. It's a win-win situation for us, you know.
Which brings up a couple points. Like you said, you can be behind or high ground, and then when you see the earth shatter, pop it, jump down. Yeah.
And I need to stay on high ground as well with my ulti, because if I'm at an angle from the bridge, I can actually still shoot. But I wanted to say something about the Transcendence is I don't always think Transcendence is a good counter to Zarya ultis.
Because on grenades. Yeah.
It's completely fine.
Well, the thing is, usually she's got to be a pretty decent on it, because you know that Narp is going to be holding that shield up. So unless she is good with that grenade, it won't matter.
Dude, yeah, because you gotta see me, man. When we're in the ball like that, my shield is in her fucking face, and she better be on our nuts in order to hit us, because if she does it from a distance, she's not gonna be able to do a fucking thing, because my shield's up and I'm protecting everything I can. If I see her at full charge, I'm protecting us from any kind of damage she's doing. The only thing I can't negate, obviously, is like Hanzo damage, and I can protect us from soldier damage, McCree damage, but you know, the biggest thing is making sure that her right click, Zarya's right click, is not hitting us, because that's a lot of damage. So.
Yeah, it is.
And then, so the Transcendence could be negated, but we have a GM Reinhardt who's probably not going to let her get it through. And although a lot of people do this, and when I watch them play, if they get Graviton Surge, they just float there. You can still shoot. It's a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, I still shoot.
But you could probably kill that Ana before she even has the chance to throw the grenade out.
That's true.
Or
if I see the Zarya like coming at us, I always just try to headshot her.
Oh, I'm Mercy. I'll heal you.
Just be careful with that, because after she ults, she always throws her bubble up and then she goes full charge instantly.
You're better off focusing the support, especially number one Ana, and that's something that we'll go back into target prioritization and all that stuff. But
So one thing I want to make one more comment about the Zarya ult. When Zarya ults, what is she doing? She is running at us head on.
Laser beam.
It's literally so easy to notice when Zarya is about to ult. She's playing out of character. So when that happens, people should just scatter, like run away from each other, you know, or not just run away from each other, but be aware that it's going to happen and keep your focus on somebody other than Zarya. Unless you know she has her bubble, keep your focus on someone else because you're going to get sucked in the bubble. Don't
Good
worry.
team's gonna have someone behind, anyways.
Yeah, just try and keep your focus on someone who might come in from the top, from the left, because I'm going to keep my shield up. I'm going to protect us. You just have to work on shooting at somebody in front of us and taking them down. Like Reinhardt, what does he do when he's far away from his Zarya bubble? Charges in. Fucking shoot
Sleep
that
dart.
motherfucker and kill him before he comes in. You know, I don't. Yeah,
Like, you
shoot
can also
Zarya,
break your
shoot
shield,
Rein.
and Rhoda can just hook her.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of counterplay there too. That honest one, she's probably not gonna get the grenade in. Two, you're probably gonna kill her if the DPS are paying any bit of attention. If Iran come charging in, I'm gonna sleep his stupid ass. First off.
If we get McCree ulted while in Zarya's bubble, there's not too much I can do. So you guys have to pay attention if they have a McCree.
It'll be the same way with a tracer bomb if we get stuck.
And if McCree ults, remember, he cannot walk or run very far. So it is very easy for you to either, if he's in range, hook him or sleep him or something. Because when six of us are in a bubble and we all got skulls in our head, my shield's not going to protect you guys.
Yeah. Like,
Why does that work like that? I've noticed that. Why the fuck does that work like that?
Because the bullets will pass through one person. Well, no, all six of his bullets will hit my shield. And each bullet is like
250 damage per second charge.
Right. So it's gonna kill at least me and two other people before, you know, my shield or after my shield breaks.
And if we're down two, then
It's like your shield automatically drops as soon as they fucking ult. I always noticed that as Ryan. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, and also that's also because like if Zarya ults,
They're shooting,
everybody's
yeah.
shooting at my shield. Everybody, not just McCree. You know, so you gotta like think of the time that McCree's holding his Q, and then by the time he unleashes the bullets, you know, that's a lot. This problem, my shield's already gonna probably break. You know, or the McCree's like break the shield, break the shield, break the shield. I'll kill him. You know, so everyone's.
I've even noticed that outside of grabs, like just normal fucking McCree ults.
Which is why, like, what I mentioned earlier, when most people get stuck in this bubble, they just go brain dead and they don't do anything. Fight back.
I'm going to call this out now, but I think in the future, Reinhardt will get a buff where if he is ulted by Ana, his shield will get supercharged and not just like his damage. I think they're going to buff Reinhardt for his shield as well, because I think that his shield is obviously part of his body, and if Ana ults him, then I think his shield should become more powerful. Like, let's say 4,000 damage instead of 2,000. I'm just saying that for later reference, but I think that's what should happen if they have Ana ult on Rein.
I started hearing that after that Bastion bullshit.
I think it's a possibility, but let's not discuss the future. Let's talk about what we got now.
Right.
I have to go to bed. I'll see you guys later.
All right, I'll send you the recording, bro. Oh god, I had one more thing to say. What was it? Fuck.
By the way, while we're doing this, I'm just helping emotions practice this hooks on Rodog.
I do need to go for like 10 minutes. I really got to finish this before 12 o'clock.
Well,
so.
Well, I'm recording, so.
All right, good. Yeah. I'll come right back in like 10 minutes, but I got to finish this. I got to focus really quick, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, so I know you guys have watched the video, but obviously I'm gonna need to say thanks for like art and stuff. So if I'm repeating or asking you questions, just answer because you probably know the answer. So I'm trying to remember what it was I had to say here, but I just completely lost it and all that. Yeah, I know Narp's not listening, but when I was talking about the proactive and the reactive ults, if we know Reinhardt has his ult, and you know that our team is out of position for some ungodly reason, for some reason, whatever it is, then it may be better to play the shield game with him and try and get him to waste the ult. Have him blow it into your Ryan shield, and then you bust him down, which will give us time to get back in position. Okay, I think that's what it was. If not, it'll come back later. All right.
It's really, really free. And the other thing that I do want to hit on is the importance of Reinhardt again. So look how far you guys pushed it. You guys pushed it from the freaking entrance here before they contested. Do you guys see how much ground you covered? Without Reinhardt, it's like a shooting gallery because you have no shield to stand behind. So it's really hard to contest the cart. Like it's just really hard to contest the
That's
cart.
why you play behind the cart situations like that.
So keep this in mind when we go over the defense because it's a common theme in this VoD. Let's go ahead and keep playing it out. You guys do end up getting wiped here. And again, nobody keeps track of ultis saying, oh, well, okay, they don't have Grav. So, you know, let's go ahead and just go aggressive Earth Shatter here. Reinhardt ends up like solo shattering Genji after you guys won the fight. So he like solo shatters him. It's very awkward to me only because like it wasn't a very efficient use of his ult. It was okay. The only reason it was okay was because Genji ulted too, so it was like a trade of ultis. So he did get he didn't like undervalue his ulti there. He got okay value for that. Now let's go ahead and move it up here a bit. Hanzo just randomly ulted. Okay, that's fine. So Hanzo ult is down. Try to just communicate that in voice comms. You guys are winning the fight. Junkrat is flanking. So I don't know. Junkrat's positioning here was really, really risky. And throughout the entire game, it's very risky. So again, it's really important to gather everybody around, get them on the same page so this kind of shit doesn't happen because this actually costs you the other point. So Junkrat actually, it works out. It works out. Don't get me wrong. It does work out, but come on, dude. Like anybody, you know, that's the other thing. A lot of players, I don't know if you play with a headset or not, but obviously please play with your headset because the audio cues, Blizzard put a lot of money into the audio in this game. So if you don't take advantage of that, this could potentially happen. Like a flanking Junkrat could kill you because you don't hear his footsteps, which is really, really easy to hear. But yeah, so flanking Junkrat does work and it does put in work, I guess. But I mean, this could have been avoided and this could have been done, let's say 2 minutes earlier.
Wasted sleep dart.
And them not running a Reinhardt.
Still hasn't used the ultimate.
Yeah, I don't know why he hasn't used it. Like, even if it's the waste, just I wanted to see him use
you
it.
still haven't used your ulti, so it's very important that you use it very soon to try to build ultis here. Here, you could have used it here. Even though it does end up working out, I would have used it here. Obviously, hindsight is 20/20. But it's important that you could have built another Reinhardt ulti, especially since they're not running another one, just by nanoing him and having him swing at them. So it's pretty good sleep on Genji. Your Zenyatta did pop trance. That's a little bit unfortunate, so you won't have that for the next Graviton. Most likely. The other thing that I noticed is that she is the only one left, so it's obvious that everybody's going to hit her, but in the earlier fights, nobody's calling targets. It's really important to call targets, so you can focus fire one target now. And
wink guts.
A Genji is on your
What,
team.
call
Right?
targets?
If you're screaming Genji,
I
Genji,
normally do,
focus
huh?
Genji,
Like,
your team can help beat this
800% of the
Genji
time I
off
call
of you.
targets.
So the way it works in my mind is supports or DPS getting focus should be the ones to call targets. And then obviously the people, or if you're the one engaging, the person who engages should be the one calling targets.
So that would be nerfed.
Yep.
It's a very simple like rule that I know.
So me and Odin, hold on, I'll pause so they don't
Also,
miss anything. So the obviously, like I said, engager, that would be nerfed, right? So he would be calling targets at that point until at least you're able to help. Or if he's doing it, obviously don't interrupt and let him continue calling them. As I listen to the comms from mine, and don't take this the wrong way, I know it's because you're trying to keep comms up. Sometimes you'll throw out what I call useless information. So you may want to, I'm not saying don't comm, but only comm the important stuff. I'll give you a link to my VoD so you can hear, and it's just easier that way. I don't want to point it out. I want you to learn.
Well, if I don't know what you're. Okay, so.
I'm gonna give you the video. I'm gonna
call out positions and enemies. So you have to tell me. What
no, hold on. Listen, hold on. I'm gonna give you the video, and then you watch it, find out what you think was useless information, and then we'll compare it to what I have, okay?
Alright.
That way it's not me babying you, it's you learning, and that's a lot better.
Again, it's really important to play proactive here. So right here, Winston gets slept. It's like whatever. You guys just wipe them. They're all spawning. You guys are all here. Junkrat is on the chandelier. Holy shit. This guy gives no fucks, dude. Okay. Go ahead and play this out. So again, they have no Reinhardt. You want to go ahead and use ulti here. You do give it to Soldier, which is fine. However, I don't know about the Reinhardt chart here. He does get Reaper. His shield is broken, I believe. That's why he dies. It's pretty unlucky.
I call that a NARP charge.
Really off here. It was a good anti. Now here is when shit goes like
At least he finally
very,
used his
very
ulti.
unplanned, I guess you could say. So here Winston's going in.
Miss sleep dart.
Up, and you guys aren't tethering correctly.
This is important. This is really fucking important.
Like an imaginary line between you and everybody else, right? So it's better actually to do this horizontally. The act of tethering is, let's say you're here, you're here. I'm fucking terrible at making this.
Here comes the dick nose.
Okay, I'm sorry. That looks like a fucking power button. Oh my god, he has a dick nose. Okay, no, but the act of tethering is basically being next to each other, and then let's say this guy goes in, this guy goes in. So you guys still have the same idea and you're guys on the same wavelength here. You guys are both going in, there's a straight line, but weaving backwards and having, it's like basically lopsided nutsack, dude. It's like you guys over here, you guys over here. It's really bad communication, and it's something that somebody needs to call out. And I'm not trying to be rough on you, but
And the other reason I want to point this out is, look at this. If you were playing this Ana, how difficult is it to heal anyone other than Soldier here?
What? Because you keep walking me away?
You exactly. If you try and heal someone else, that bullet's just gonna hit Soldier, because that blue triangle when you scope in is where the hitbox is. So really, she's not able to heal anyone but Soldier here. And guess who needs the healing? That Reinhardt.
But if you really want to climb rating, you guys you have to be the enabler and take charge of this. Also notice that Junkrat's like flanking again, right? So right here you get a lot of kills. Winston actually gets a kill. You're trying to heal Junkrat. He's long gone. You shouldn't really tunnel vision too much on him. Just try to heal what's in front of you. It's not really possible.
Waste a grenade.
But yeah. So here you get many kills. Winston's the one that's down. You basically kill their entire team except Diva and Farah. Here I think you're gonna, no, you don't kill Farah. Junkrat's like spawn camping them. That's fine, I guess. However, again, the reason why you guys don't get this is because nobody's calling targets. This Reinhardt's he's shielding, so you should just be trying to tell him swing, swing, swing. Don't be a dick about him. Be like swing, retard. Don't say any of that.
I don't think we need to worry about saying that to NARP.
Swing here.
Yeah.
Now you're tunneling on Reaper, and the reason everybody else is tunneling on Reaper, they're not hitting what's on card. We have to hit what's on card first, otherwise you won't be able to cap it. Again, right?
That is like super important, because what's Reaper doing? He's just distract. You need to kill the people on the cart first.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't want Reaper to get behind and kill our supports, or their supports in this case, but the cart's not going to move with someone's on it. So keep that in mind when you and Armed are calling targets, or just calling targets, whoever's doing it
If
at the
someone's out of
time.
position, I'm gonna call them as well. Like if they're like behind us, like we were pushing the cart in the 76ers straight through everyone.
Well, keep in mind here, just so let's just use this as an example. So Junkrat's dead, so they still have 5 people, and they're obviously gonna be coming out. Junkrat died because he's an idiot over there spawn camping, but whatever. How many people does it take to kill Reaper?
one or two.
Me and you could do it on an soldier easy.
Yeah.
So
If he wastes his breath run, then I can just do it by myself.
he super did, like he wasted it super early. This guy did, for example, and so, but it doesn't take 5 people to kill 1 Reaper, and during this time period, those other guys are just sitting over there on the cart, and odds are one of them's probably a support that can keep the Reaper alive. So those people need to be getting hit. Anyway.
Reinhardt is shielding versus 3 people. The reason they're trickling back in so quickly is because Reinhardt is not swinging and you guys are not calling targets. And I guess Zenyatta looped all the way around to go get high ground, which is, I don't know. Junkrat is dying at spawn. Zenyatta's up here. There's 3 of you down here, and then you're back here. The other thing I wanted to tell you is that you probably want to position more aggressively. You could have just been a little bit closer here, and you need to stop trying to like heal here, and you need to like hard carry here. So when there's 3 people down, you want to get close and do damage. So D.Va, for instance, could have died.
I have no problems with that, except for the get close part, which I'm fixing.
Can obviously, but it's very unlikely. You can get closer, do damage. Here he's just using a blind spot. D.Va's using a blind spot. You basically can only heal right now. So it's really important to take note of your positioning here and try to know when to go aggressive. So when you have numbers, it's okay to go aggressive. You shouldn't be back here and just focusing on healing. You should play a more aggressive part. If you watch Gale Adelaide, Ryu Jahong, or even me, like you'll notice that we go really aggressive after we get picks, and we really try to drive the momentum here. Okay, so right here, Zenyatta was not a very good positioning. You do say, guys, we're up. We should be the one going in. Or you should have said this a little bit earlier. You are correct though. Like I don't understand why they didn't go in. But again, you should just be yelling swing. You should try to focus more aggressively and try to get these kills yourself.
Oh well.
Sana has terrible aim.
Okay, after this point,
she's planned.
there's 30 seconds. You can't really do anything here. Junkrat, I guess you should try to tell him to get back because.
So send me the VoD after this.
You guys might have had one more push here, but he just runs in.
Wait, what?
Send me the VoD after this.
Mine?
Yeah. So
Alright.
I'm just gonna do like right after.
That's fine.
Just again, Terminator mode, full just runs in, dies. It's very unlucky, but what can you do? You should have just told him to like back up and try to enable him and try to tell him what to do here. The other thing I don't like about this map, guys, is going through the left side of the map. I feel is not the best option, only because it's not in the correct.
Before he gets to the next part, I want to put this in for Odin. On a waster grenade there. Yeah, it'll be back up in 9 seconds, but she wasn't that low on health. She doesn't need to grab the health pack because who just passed her? Did you guys see who it was?
I was on my phone.
It was Lucio. So instead of wasting her grenade, the cooldown, or getting the health back, she should just, well, the Lucio should notice, hey, Ana needs some health. Switch over to healing, get himself some ult charge.
Yeah, it's only like 12 heals a second as well. So wait, how low was she? Was she like really low? Was like
well, I mean, look how long they stand here. He would have had enough time to get her back up.
No, I don't. I was asking how much health she had before she needed herself.
No, I'll go back.
Oh.
156. So like, he had.
So it's like 3 or 4 seconds, and she would have been full HP.
Yeah, he had plenty of time to get her back up. So.
Yep.
And just again, Terminator mode, full just runs in, dies. It's very unlucky, but what can you do? You should have just told him to like back up and try to enable him.
There's the Lucio.
Yeah.
The other thing I don't like about this map, guys, is going through the left side of the map. I feel is not the best option, only because it's not in the correct point of view here. Okay, I'm gonna pause it here. So on the other side of here, there's actually
Half of what he says here no longer matters because the gate is open, but obviously we can't it wasn't that way in the video. So,
Actually, a blind spot. So since there's a blind spot here,
but he does say something important that you and I need to listen to.
take advantage of it, and if you go through here, you know there could be a flanking Reinhardt or more popular May pick here. You're just gonna get walled 100% of the time. Going right, you could get walled, but at least there's no blind spot here. You also have the option of
High ground.
up here. There's a set of stairs that you can go, and you can really take advantage of that. So there's a lot more options from the right side of the point, I feel, than the left. I don't really like going through the left side of the point at all, since there is that blind spot. And I mean, there is a big health pack. I understand why people, I guess, go through it, but again, just go through the right. It's much better in my opinion. Okay, let's go ahead and keep playing this. All right. Now there's nothing really that you can do here. Junkrat died. You got another ulti. You didn't get to use it, but again, it wouldn't actually made a difference because nobody touched the card. But
Arrow,
yeah, let's go into the
I
second
said this
round.
earlier, but whenever I
Here-
forget to take high ground, just keep reminding me.
You guys end
nonstop.
up running Farah Mercy, Soldier.
I mean, I will try to, but keep in mind that of all the other stuff I have to pay attention to, so you're gonna need to eventually get that on your own.
But again,
Yeah,
it's
that's why I
really
said if
hard
I
to
forget.
contest card.
A lot of that'll be you watching Soldier VoDs.
Well, you said always
And they are
take
gonna
high ground. I
run,
still do it most
a
of the
little
time.
bit
It's
of
just
dive
like
here with Genji Winston.
weird
so They
situations.
can open you up. It's also really important to know how to position without a Reinhardt, even though it's not common. And making sure that your team positions the correct way as well. What I mean by this is, it's not the wisest idea to hold choke without a Reinhardt, because you're just gonna get steamrolled. So you probably want to play point here.
Because I main Farah.
So playing point here is important. You can use. You probably should actually play here, not point, not back here, but like play here. You know, you can dodge for cover here. You can look for picks as well. However, they do run a Hanzo. They do run dive. You guys are pretty much free targets. You do end up holding for a long time since they do misplay a bit.
Yeah, cool. If it's not working,
We'll go ahead and just fast forward this a bit, only because it's not really that important. It's just like a lot of sloppy play of just getting picks, dying, like coming back. It's really not relevant. The only thing that's really relevant here, and I'm not just going to keep repeating myself, is that you guys need to be on the same side. You don't have LOS of these two, so make sure that you tell them, or these three, make sure to tell them that you don't have LOS. Like, they're just going to get picked off. If the opponent really like had a Lucio, for instance, into them, they're dead. There's nothing you can do about it. They're going to get anti-healed. They're just going to get sped into. They're just going to get bursted. There's nothing you can do. Like, this is one of those mispositions that like a higher rated player would take advantage of. So right here they have Hanzo, the Genji ult, Farah kills him. It's really insignificant here. It's just good to keep track of ultis. Now right here, they kill Mercy. So she has to, it's really important once you get a team kill to go get your Mercy. Don't be that guy, you know what I mean? Like, who just leaves the fucking Mercy at base. Now, if you're the only healer right now, so it's fair to make somebody else go do it. So be like, yo, Roadhog, yo, Soldier, go get Mercy. Right?
You guys heard that? We probably won't be running Mercy, but still.
Instead of doing
If we
this,
ever do.
which again,
Also
watch
helps in
this.
solo kill.
She actually comes
Give
back
her
from
Mercy?
base and dies instantly as soon as she turns the corner, because
What?
I said it also helps in solo kill if you have a mercy.
Yeah. I mean,
There are
in,
mercy wins.
in my opinion, this Soldier has sprint, so it's easier for him to get back there. But
Yeah.
the odds of us running Mercy are quite low. But we'll see. You never know. She could get another buff. So.
she was pretty late there. Hanzo was back, like she just dies. You have no Reinhardt to hide behind. It was pretty unlucky. She could have gone the other way, the long way, the safer way, but it's not the fastest way, right? So she was trying to go the fastest way, which is understandable. Let's go ahead and play this out. Again, Roadhog's on the right, Zarya's on the left. Look, like she gets critical here. Almost, yeah, she gets critical there. She almost dies. A good player would have killed her. Mercy dies. Now here's where keeping track of ultis is like really important. We don't keep track of ultis here, so we don't know what they have. Mercy just died. That's the biggest thing. That's the only counter you have to grab it on, is a Mercy res, and hoping that she doesn't get caught in the Mercy res. However, she died. Of course, Zarya, this was really good of her. She's like, well, even though I only get 2, it's totally worth it because they don't have a res. That's 3 people down. We basically have 6v3 afterwards.
Keep that in mind. Where's Zarya? And I was about to just say, Hanzo obviously has ult from killing Mercy that many times.
You just get out. You're not going to salvage this point. Zarya just ulted. Hanzo just ulted.
This is another thing. It's like, this one is obviously lost, and this Ana fucks it up anyway, but we need to know when to give up the point rather than...
Usually when you get wiped, you give up the point.
Well, I mean, if everybody dies, you're gonna get off the point, but like, if there's gonna be certain people sometimes that will still live, those people need to get the fuck out. And so, like, that's a call that'll need to be made.
Sometimes just the best choice is to kill themselves.
If they can, but like,
Yeah.
think about it on this map. Where are they gonna go? Like, she could run up into the house and jump off the cliff, but as you'll see in a second, she just feeds them ult charge.
Well, yeah, but sometimes like
Pretty
even in
much
like
a lot of people just
like
ulted. You don't want to feed
professional,
any charge. You just want to
pro
get
play
out. You have
teams,
your
like
ultimate.
if there's like 1 or 2 still alive, they just run into them, just die.
Yep.
'Cause
Sometimes they'll stagger you though, but yeah. So they
Well,
do.
yeah,
I think I mean, if you have the chance to kill yourself, go for it. If like this Ana, obviously, she had a chance to run out that door and get back closer to the team.
yeah.
But I mean, last ditch effort, yeah, let him kill you because but you're gonna give him ult charge. Is the big issue.
Let's go ahead and fast forward. So right here, they do get a pick, so it's okay to hold close. The only reason it's okay to hold close is because they don't have a Reinhardt as well. So it's really hard for them to get through this choke. So here you can hold close because there's also a lot of ground to cover in. You can't get isolated here. However, I would position with your team here. If you don't want to hold close, make the call and make sure that everybody else knows. But I think it is okay to hold close here. So instead of holding back here, the back left, or back right, I mean, you should go up here. You have a field of view of this guy, of your entire team basically.
This was a major thing for me because
Obviously, and
I
also
would have
the
tried
other
to
thing
hold
about
high
this
ground,
here is
and
non-touchable.
I never thought about going over
Unless they
there.
run a Pharah and
Or I would be holding down,
but for the most
but
part,
there's so many
Reinhardt-
flanks
Here.
So it's really important to know where to.
Oh, you're
position
talking about
it.
this map in general?
on this map in
Especially versus
general.
Zarya versus,
Yeah, they're
they're-
especially for
I think they were running
I guess
Genji, but
it's just gonna
I
call
think
it
they
Streets
switched off
Fizz.
at this point. They can't touch you. They can't touch you if you position up. Oops, up here.
It's a thing that we need to work on, and it's like, you know, delaying them from
So you
pushing.
make the call to just hold them there. You either like try to say no to that call, or you just 100% listen to it and commit to that call. Standing here is again, it's just not committing to the call. Roadhog will die here. He did go too far, but you probably could have saved him from his mistake there. Again, if you were positioned where I said. Now here, Roadhog does get hooked. I mean killed, and now here comes again the importance of Reinhardt. Just emphasis on that point. You guys can't really contest card here. Like they just get it for free basically. Look how far they push it. Like there's nothing that really jumps onto it.
What was that purple?
Here you killed Zen. That was a good kill.
No, her grenade.
Shot.
Yeah.
She should have done it earlier. She would have got the kill on Zenyatta.
Yeah, she threw it earlier, but
probably
then she
just,
throws it when he's like already regened.
Nano to build to feed ulti.
And then
here.
she's a useless.
She
one
just
on
grenades
Zarya.
the, yeah.
Which is fine actually, because you do end up winning the fight.
She
but
was just
again, you
retarded
could've-
and
you
easily
could've
shot.
nanoed to, feed ulti here and probably build up another one. It's not
She
a
can hit those,
big
but she
deal.
can't hit the hit
And
scan
the reason
ones.
I say
What
it's
the
not a
fuck?
big deal to do this is because they don't have an Ana either, and this is like another strength and weaknesses of their comp. Winston waste bubble here. This is huge for you. You have a 13-second window after the bubble
she need
expires
here?
to
Yeah.
take advantage of that if he does decide to jump.
But it's a useless purple because who's there to capitalize on it, right?
Yeah, she's
So try to look for an ulti, try to call out ultis, try to
And
keep track of them here.
she basically fed their support ult charge.
That they're coming up.
If
so
they
you
were
have
a
to
good
drop
team,
here. You have to consider
Right,
high
she used
ground
that purple as a
because
dummy said.
your entire team dropped, so you're up
They
here
would have just
alone.
rushed her. She's
Trading
by
is
herself
probably
as
not the
well.
best idea here.
I don't know what she's doing.
Trades in this game aren't like the best thing on defense, I'd say. Actually, they're not just. I don't think they're good in general unless it's 2 CP. Like I don't see one. You know, I don't see a point right there only because you do have ulti. So you can play safe, play out of LOS here. Again, you died. They're going to grab here. Mercy gets caught in the grab. So this is really bad because, again, the only counter you have to grab it on is Mercy res. And that's not really a counter because you just have to get...
Odin, pay attention to this.
This is the bad thing about Ana Mercy, is that you don't have a defensive ulti. So a Genji ult... Fuck, that's not Genji. Sorry. Zarya ult and a Genji ult, you're dead. You're dead. Or Zarya Hanzo combo, you're dead. There's nothing that you can do about it if Mercy gets caught in it. That's why I don't really like Ana Mercy. I really like Ana Zen or Ana Lucio, is because you have a defensive ulti.
Yep.
Alright, let's keep playing it out.
Ah, fuck off.
So right here, Farah gets
Hold that point.
killed. Now let's talk about the... Here you die. It's probably just best to nano your soldier. Now, worst case scenario, they do have Zen and he does have trance, so we're not keeping track of ultis, so we don't actually know this, which is pretty... It's unfortunate because this is the biggest part of the game, is ult management and keeping track of ults. But the best thing to do here is just go out and ult soldier immediately, and trade trance and soldier ulti for a nano soldier ulti here, because Mercy's coming in with red.
I want to point that out. You see how fast that happened?
Yeah.
So you may get a nano from me without me having time to call it. So
Yeah, I'm already used to it most of the time.
always be
'Cause we
prepared.
talked about this before.
Alright.
I think it was after a King Joe scrim, I believe.
Reds.
Goddamn.
Which I'm okay with it.
Now the big thing here is if they didn't have trance here, you actually have numbers here,
Okay,
and they don't have a defensive ulti. Farah's on the right, Roadhog just went in suicide, sure. But trance saved them from the Farah ult, and it was just an inefficient way of using ultis. It's always important to understand value and the trade of ultis. I'm going to do a...
To point out there, what did that Ana do wrong before she died?
Not
Before she died?
yourself?
Yeah, before she died. So they nano visored, right?
No, they didn't
Nano
notify her. It was
going-
just nano, no more.
Either way, soldier had nano, right?
Yeah.
The Farah decided to ult, right?
Entrance, yeah.
He didn't respond to sleep dart on the fair.
Well, the Farah was on their
Oh,
team.
the Far's in the team, yeah. She
Oh,
she-
okay, right.
So soldier has nano. She continues to heal him while he's taking 50% less damage.
and he
Had
doesn't need-
had she
no Farah.
healed Farah, Farah wouldn't have died, and soldier would have still been alive by the time she healed the Farah. Probably because Barrage would have killed whoever was gonna kill him.
Yeah. And 76 has Z as well, so he's
Put
nano,
video
do you
on
actually
this
not have to heal him?
because
Unless
I
he's getting
actually-
like, you know,
I
there's
can't
another
just
nano or
completely
some
go
shit
over,
going
like,
on.
It's going to take me like 20 minutes.
But in that case,
just
you
to
can't really
talk
pick
about,
either,
let's say,
since
stacking
you'll get
ultimates,
killed.
snowballing ultimates to put up good attack and good defense. So it's really not practical to do this right now. But yeah, I'll do a different video on that to be more clear.
Is this video recent
try to
now,
cover it
or
in,
is
like,
it
Mercy change wasn't in it, so not recent
So
enough.
here you just have to call your
alright.
team to get back. It's very simple.
I wonder if he made the video
You
then.
want to stabilize, make sure that you're 6. You also
As
wanna
soon as he
get
does, I'll
over
know.
that,
I'm
so-
sub to him.
so they don't just spam you out. Here's misposition from Diva. She's out of mech. It's basically like they have, when Diva's out of mech, it's basically like you guys have they have 5
Free-reign.
players. So instead of backing up here, you guys should like just steamroll in. You know that they just use the tactical visor, they just use trance, they don't have a defensive ulti. Let's go ahead and play this out. So you don't really want to play this far back. So again, that's a tethering issue I said earlier, is one person.
One thing he doesn't point out here too, though, is had that Farah not wasted her ult there, she would have had it here.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they still have grabs too, right? Because I don't think Zarya's used it. If she has, then whoops.
I don't know, because like you said, they've been doing such poor tracking of ultimates.
Yeah.
But he's going back to the tethering thing here, so
person's going in, the lopsided tether issue, and then the rest of the like 3 people are going backwards, right? So it's not a it's an issue that really needs to be fixed in this kind of gameplay. You can call it out, somebody else can call it out, but just make sure that you're aware of it. Right here, Soldier kills 3 people. He actually got Tactical Visor again. What that means basically is he's using his healing station on pretty much everybody on his team. And it's actually, it makes a lot of sense now since they're not running Ana, is that the reason he has to do that. So yeah, he will actually get ulti quite quickly. Right here, you do get nano boost again, and you should use it here. It's another use of the ult. Nano boost again. It shouldn't just be used for combos. I did say it could be used for building ultis, but it also can be used to stopping momentum here. So what I mean by that is, here D.Va ultis, she just throws ulti, she gets Mercy. That was a mistake on her part. But right here, they have momentum. They just picked Mercy, the person with the res. They have trance. You want to make sure that you ulti their Reinhardt, try to trade 1-for-1, slow the momentum. So like for instance, this wouldn't happen. They just wouldn't rush in like this. You know, somebody might even panic ult. Who knows?
It's gonna pause just because of what he said, and he's not here. So he said to nano boost the Reinhardt to prevent the momentum of them pushing in. So just FYI.
Who knows? Right here, Reinhardt just dies. He dies right before the res. There's no communication for the res, him coming with the res. But again, here you just have to use ulti. Your Zarya is actually close to her grav, so you can use it to feed ulti and she can get it quickly. But again, you died with ulti. The team gets wiped. It's game over. So like main things that I'm going to say that we should focus here is keeping track of ultis, so that you keep track of ult economy, team comps, knowing the strengths of your team comps, scouting, we went over that earlier, and knowing the importance of Reinhardt. So calling for swaps, calling targets in general, like there's a lot of like simple stuff that just needs to be worked on that can be avoided just by using voice chat. I hope this did help. However, if it didn't, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
He pretty much closes out there.
Yeah.
Do you want to watch your VoD? No?
Yeah.
Alright, let me get up.
So I think I may know one thing that I do that's useless is I may call it something that someone's already done. Is that one of the things you mean? Like if someone calls out let's say like a Lucio's like left side or just like jumping around the cart, I'll probably recall that, so I probably shouldn't stop that. Or should stop that, I mean.